Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Afi and I'm back again with another video. I feel like my voice sounds really strange, like I have a cold or something. I do not. I'm good. I'm not unwell. I'm grateful for that. So this video today is going to be a January recap, and I'm basically filming this video like at the last week, during the last week of the month, and that's because I have something to do on the day that I'm supposed to film. So, here we go, pre-filming. I'm very happy about that. So, if you haven't watched my December recap, I highly suggest that you watch it. I think I posted it like last week. So, I'm going to link it up here and down below as well. So, you can go check that out. But the month of January has been an interesting month. I feel as if usually January goes on for 500 years, and somehow this time it didn't go by so slowly. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks so. If you think January dragged on, comment down below. Yeah. And if you think it went by really fast, comment down below as well. Because I don't know, I was having a conversation with my mom yesterday and we're just like, it's already February. Like, I don't know, I feel like January went by quite fast, like faster than I thought it would. I don't know if it's because I've been busy or just it just went by, but it's finally over because this is the last weekend, and then we're in February next week. So, in my opinion, I think it's flown by. But even so, there's so much I can say about it. Like, I don't know why this month has been so busy. Like, I feel like it's just been like every single week I've had a new thing to sort of do. I wanted to pull up my calendar as well as I do this recap because I think I'll have a more like concise timeline when I have my calendar in front of me, just because, as I said, I use Google Calendar and it's my favorite thing to use in the entire world. Also, I decided to use Google Notes as like my daily to-do list kind of thing. So usually at the end of the day, I'll basically just like check out the stuff that I've done throughout the day and then reschedule. So there's times that like the things that I'm rescheduling are the same things like reading my Bible app or what else do I usually reschedule? All of the time I was doing a condition, so that would be just like rescheduled for the whole period. And so yeah, sometimes I'm rescheduling things like taking a walk or like running or whatever. I haven't run yet. If you watched, I think it was my January recap that I say that I want to run this year, or maybe I don't know. I think it's a video that comes out on Wednesday. So yeah, go back to that video as well because I talk about my 2021 resolutions. Anyway, so I wanted to pull up my calendar just because I'm going to have a concise kind of timeline. So if you haven't watched my December recap, I basically talk about a workshop that I attended towards the end of the year. It started, I think, 27th December and went on until maybe 2nd January. Yeah, I think it went on until 2nd January. And so that workshop was literally the highlight of beginning my year. It was the best way to start my year because we were in the middle of the workshop. So we had a planning slash reflection kind of session 31st December to January 1st. And then later on, we did games into the new year. And then when the new year hits, like someone would go and like, say a prayer with their family or say hi to their family, happy new year stuff with your family and friends, and then come back and play the games. And honestly, I genuinely like, I feel like that's the best way I have ever crossed the new year. I don't know, like maybe I'm just like too excited about that, but for me, I think that was the best way I ever did it. And so I'm very grateful for that. And so that was nice. And during that same period, we had a Hunduke, an African region Hunduke, and I was privileged enough to be asked to read, which was really nice. Then I gave a testimony on Sunday. I think that was a very interesting way to begin the year because one of my resolutions at that time, even during the workshop, I said this in the group. It was that I would want to be more open to saying yes. And Taylor Swift has a song actually that says like, I'm doing good, I want some new things, I'm saying yes instead of no. And so that was one of my 2021 resolutions. Like, I want to be more open to saying yes to things that my entire body is screaming no, just because I want to be comfortable in my comfort zone. So I would want to just say yes to things more. And I guess 2020, I was very good at saying no just to protect myself. So 2021 was sort of like a way to step out of that bubble that I'd sort of created for myself. And so yeah, those two things are things that I think for me would have been so easily just like, no, I don't want to do this. It's uncomfortable. It's something I've never done before. I don't want to do it. But the fact that I was asked and I was like, yeah, 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 I'm good. And I was so scared and all that stuff. But I guess at the end of the day, you're just like, it's not about you, it's about God. And so that was great for me, honestly. And that's a good lesson I'd like to share. It's not about you, it's about God. And so yeah, so workshop Kunduke, giving a testimony, that was great. And then we went on to the first week of January. The first week of January is when I was beginning school. I started by going for a writing retreat. I went on Monday, and then on Tuesday I fell a bit sick. I didn't fall sick, but I was sort of feeling sick. And what happened was, I think I said in the December recap, I had a headache almost every single day from like the week before Christmas or like the Christmas week. I sort of had a headache every single day. And that day I woke up with a really, really bad, like just feeling, and I was like, no, I can't leave the house. So I stayed in that day, but that was the day before school. So I also used that day to prepare for school just because you have to be ready. So then I went back to school, and that was just interesting to go back to school on a Wednesday. I mean, we do that all the time, so it's not different, but it was just going back to school. And the first week of school, there's not much going on, but I tried as much as I could to sort of just plan when I will be studying and when I will just be doing other stuff, because as I've said a million other times in a million different videos, I'm usually busy most of the time. Like I'm all like, not that I'm trying to look for things to do, but I always end up having a lot of stuff to do. And because of that, it's just easier to plan stuff early, even when you don't necessarily know how life is going to be, just so that when you do know how life is going to be, which actually has been throughout this month, you prioritize and you know how to plan stuff. So anyway, that's something that I did then. And then at the end of that week, we basically had like, was that when it happened? No, that's not when it happened. So then so going back to school, having my first weekend of rest. I think I talk about this in the planning video that I wanted to rest during the weekends. And so I would try as hard as I could to work during the week and then have the weekends off. Um, and so most of my weekends are usually like free, and not free so that I can fill them up, free so that I can rest, And so, yes, that was my first weekend of rest. And then the next week is when we had like my first full week of school, had a lot of assignments. That week I was so busy. Like I was literally, so this first week I made sure to prioritize going for a walk for an hour. So I did that every single day after class. So I would have like a class in the morning and then go for an hour of walk, come back home, eat, shower, just do all that stuff, then get back into my next class. And I did that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday, I don't remember what I did. And then Sunday moved on. And then now the next week was my first week of full school. And I tried my hardest to go for the walks, but I think I only managed to do Monday, and then Tuesday I was just like doing stuff every single day all the time. But I tried actually, because I remember going for a walk even like in the evening. So that week I did walks in the evenings if I couldn't do in the middle of the day. And then I still went on to do all the stuff that I had to do. And that week I was quite busy, and there was just so much happening. And at the end of the week, had a matching support group meeting, which was great. And we made our vision boards. Oh my God. It was literally the most fun session. I found myself opening up about things that I have never told anybody except the people in my close circle. And so that was nice. That was actually very refreshing, and I felt very, just, I don't know, open. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. And then after, we go back into the next week where I basically had a lot of school stuff as well. And then that's the week I began my internship. I started an internship at a place called Value Culture. It's the same place I did my CBL internship last year. I think I've said that before, and I'm gonna have a video on that. How I found it, how all that worked, and that's probably going to come in like April later on. But yeah, so I started my internship that week. So much, honestly speaking, like every single time I talk about doing this internship, I just feel so happy. Like there's just joy. I don't know. There's a lot of joy with that, and I love that. And so that week, school stuff was also very, very busy. Honestly, we have assignments every single week. Some lecturer wants us to do a blog. She wants us, yeah, we have like a bi-weekly blog. We have a bi-monthly video assignment. We have readings every single week. Like it's insane. And then other lecturers are also giving us assignments that are like due maybe February, and it's like you think you have time, but we're already in February, so if you haven't begun that assignment, like, you're late. So it's just been intense with school. This second semester is so heavy, and I'm not complaining. I'm just like, it's a lot of work. And I'm a full time student, so I can't really complain because this is what being a student entails. But it's just a lot. It's so much. I don't think I've ever, but also it's probably because I'm being intentional about being proactive this semester. Last semester I tried, but I don't think I did as best as I could. So this semester I'm really trying to do a bit more than that. And especially, oh my god, and I keep talking about how I'm struggling with French, especially in French. I'm trying so hard to be proactive, to ask my dad questions, to just do the most, because if I finish this degree and I don't know how to speak French, I will be so angry at myself. So just trying to not regret my university experience. Anyway, so the next thing that I did this month a lot, I feel like, is prioritize time for my friends and meeting friends. I had my first meeting with a new friend, I think it was last week, and it was so much fun. I actually genuinely enjoyed it. It's so interesting because I think I've said it before, or maybe I haven't, but I basically got to a place where I was like, I have so many friends. I'm not looking to expand my friend group, but somehow it's just been nice to meet a new friend and bond over stuff and then meet and highlight. Actually, I think that was the highlight of my January, because the highlight of December was when I did that what is it called? We did a taking stock session with my friend as well. So it's just, I think my friends in 2021 are going to be a very big part of this year. I had like a phone call with my other friend another time, and it's just great. Like, I think for me, I'm just really, really enjoying having friendships, prioritizing them, and just being intentional about it, because friendships are so, so difficult, especially to just like be in each other's lives constantly in this time when we're not really leaving the house all that much, or only leaving when it's necessary, because you have to be careful. Like, you don't want to just be leaving your house left, right, and center for nothing. So prioritizing that time and being like, I'm gonna leave the house today and go meet this friend and do this and blah blah blah, I think has been really, really nice. So that has been so good. And I'm actually also going for a movie with my friends this week. So I think, January has been a good month with all the resolutions and all that stuff. Also, I'm trying to get back to getting out of the house. Last week, I did not leave the house completely. Like, I didn't leave the house at all, which is such a big problem. And then one of my friends actually came over and we went for a walk on like Thursday or something. So that was actually really, really nice as well. Hey, I'm really shouting out to my friends in this video, but anyway, love you all. Then something I also want to talk about is just how I felt for this month. I think I'm talking about it in a way of like, oh, there was so much happening and blah blah blah. But this month, more than I think even December, I felt very like low a lot. Like, I was just like in weird spirits the entire time. Something that I've actually noticed, and I think it's like a trend, and I didn't notice it, but anyway, now I'm aware of it. Friday nights are very lonely. It's interesting because I didn't think I would ever come to that kind of realization, but I think I noticed this sometime last year, but I didn't really do anything about it. But now I just realized, like, Friday nights are really like lonely and quiet and not much is happening. And I think it's because this is the beginning of the weekend, and I'm typically not doing school stuff because I try so hard to grind Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday even during the day, so that by the time I get to the night, it's like, so yeah, I'm grinding so much during the day. So it gets to the night and I'm just like free or just tired. Like, last week, I was so exhausted Friday night. I had a meeting to attend actually at like 8:45 that night, but I could not. Like, I just remember thinking, I don't know if I can do this. And then my friend sent me a message about like, I think 9 o'clock, the meeting is still on, just join. And then I think I saw this message at 9:30. So I was like, is it still on? But as in, at that point, I was so tired. I was just like, do not think I can do this. And I think actually I signed into that meeting, and I guess it hadn't started yet. And I was just like, I'm too tired. So I put on a YouTube video and I just watched YouTube videos and listened to podcasts for the rest of the night. And I think I also did like reading, of like Bible plan, which I had struggled to do that entire week because of how busy I was, which is annoying. But anyway, so that's when I pulled it up and whatever. So yeah, that's just a realization I got. Friday nights are very, more than ever, they are the most lonely. Somehow Saturday and Sunday not too bad, but Friday nights, I don't know. There's just something about them. I don't know. Let me know if you have that same feeling. I mean, I guess maybe it could be different. Maybe this could be like a single person kind of opinion. It could be a single person kind of experience. So let me know if you feel the exact same way as me, whether you're single or in a relationship. Actually, I should mention that, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to make this a relationship thing, but I don't know. I think it's an actual thing. So that's something that I noticed. But also, even just January being a year, being the beginning of the year, I didn't feel as excited as I feel like I should have been.
And it's not even that there was anything extra happening or anything bad happening. I just feel as if I wasn't as excited. Like I was excited that it was a new year, that new year excitement. But then it was just sort of like I felt like there should have been more, or like I don't know what it was honestly, or maybe it's just because December was full of so many things that January was a bit like slow pace, getting back into the groove of actual real life. I don't know. It was such a strange time, and there was a lot of times that I felt very unproductive, especially this past week, when I feel as if I did not do as much as I could have done, and yet I still sort of did quite a bit, but I just feel like I could have done a bit more. I don't know. It was just a weird mix because that first week of school, the first full week of school, I think I did a lot and I was busy all the time. Like there was just literally like I'm doing this, blah, 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 like that. And then this other week was also like there was still a lot to be done, but somehow I just felt a bit lazy and like I wasn't doing as much as I should have, and I just struggled with that a lot. So hopefully this last week of January is gonna be so much better, and I think it will be actually. Something actually that I've learned as well is learning how to prioritize. And today morning I was doing a devotion, and the quote that I saw is, "Don't just prioritize your schedule your priorities." And I think that's something that I'm gonna take into February and just do more of that, like scheduling my priorities. For example, doing this Bible plan. Like I told you this past week, there's so many things that I did not do, and I felt as if I was not doing enough, but I also felt as if I don't know. It's just so strange because I think the beginning of last week was so strange that like coming into the week was just a weird one, right? So this coming week I'm hoping to prioritize all these things that are important, like going for walks, like having going through my Bible plan. I told you I'm doing Bible plan 1 year. Huh? The Bible in 1 year, basically. That's what I'm doing. So that requires me to be very consistent every single day, and so I'm a bit behind right now, but I'm hoping to catch up by the end of this week so that I'm back on track. I think that's going to be really fun. I also joined this book club, which is actually really, really cool and insightful. I don't know, we just did one meeting, so I don't want to speak too much about it until we're a bit more into it, but it's nice. Like, I'm glad I did. It's something that I wanted to do this year a lot, I guess. It's something I did last year as well for the divine principle, and I think for me it helped me so much understand the divine principle, having those conversations with people. And so hopefully I'm gonna have um, the exact same results with the book that we're studying this time. So yeah, that's just been a bit of January. I try so hard not to make these videos too long, but I feel like it just gets too long. I don't know if I'm talking too much or whatever is happening, but I hope you enjoyed this video. That was my January recap. I think it's just been a bit of like getting into the groove of things, getting back into life, getting back into being proactive and busy and just doing all that stuff. Hopefully February will be better. That's my birthday month, so I'm excited. I'm so excited. Feel free to send me gifts. Feel free to just send me happy birthday wishes, because I love, oh my god, it warms my heart so much when people tell me happy birthday. But you have to tell me on the birthday, and it's February 15th. It's in the description box actually. So anyway, I'm a bit excited for my birthday month, and that's February. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. What did I say? I said something. Comment down below. Oh yeah, whether you find Friday nights lonely, how your January was. Like, Do you feel as if you came back into the groove of things well, or do you feel as if you're still a bit slumpish? Also, do you feel as if you began the year with like New Year resolutions or not? Also, did you make resolutions, or were you too scared to make resolutions? I feel like a lot of people are very, very scared after 2020, but I hope you did. So, anyway, just comment all those things down below, and I will see you next time.